Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Computer Engineering Made Easy, and I am Anindita. Today's tutorial has been made on request of Ms. Shruti Gupta, who wants me to discuss about how we can implement a program that will convert a matrix in triplet format to its transpose. So without any further ado, let's get started.
Okay, so coming to the code, the first statement that will be executed is int array ca. These two variables are responsible for holding the dimension of the original matrix. Here we have declared int star star a, which is basically a pointer to an integer, and we will be storing or creating the original matrix by the name of a, and this particular variable will be holding the reference of that particular matrix that we will be creating. So first we take the value of the number of rows and number of columns as input from the user. After that, we call the create matrix function. Note that in the create matrix function, we are passing the reference to this variable a along with the variables RA and CA. This create matrix function will return us the reference of the matrix A once again back to the calling function, that is the main function. And this is going to hold the information regarding all the elements that will be stored in the matrix A by this create matrix function. Moving over to the body of the create matrix function. This is the body of the create matrix function. Here, these statements are responsible for creating an array of size RA cross CA. And if you are not comfortable with creating arrays dynamically, please follow the link that is given in the top right corner of the screen. Now, after we have created the array A of size RA cross CA, next we are asking for the user to provide input. Accordingly, we have these for loops who are taking the value of the ith row, jth column entry as provided by the user, and it is storing it in the appropriate position, that is in Aij. After the original matrix information has been taken as input from the user, we call the display function, which takes the reference of the matrix along with the number of rows and number of columns as parameter and displays the content of the matrix. This is the body of the display function. It runs a loop from I equal to 0 to number of rows and j equal to 0 to number of columns and displays the content of each element in the ijth position of the matrix whose reference is being passed over here. After the original matrix has been displayed, the reference A is passed on back to the calling function. So therefore, that information gets stored in the variable A. The next job will be to create the triplet. So in order to create the triplet from the original matrix, we have designed this function create triplet. The create triplet function not only takes the reference of A, but also its dimensions to create the triplet of the original matrix. The triplet matrix that will be created is going to be returned back into this reference trip A. Moving over to the body of the function create triplet. Now coming to the triplet function, here we have to first count the number of non-zero elements in the original matrix. And using that particular information, we have to create the array that will be holding the triplet. So let's declare the pointer to integer t, which is going to hold the triplet information. And accordingly, we have to first count the number of non-zero elements in the original matrix A. Here, when we find that there exists a non-zero element at the ith row jth column of the matrix A, we increment the counter count. Here, as you can see, count has been initialized to 0. So when the control comes to line number 34, it already has the information of how many non-zero elements are present in the original matrix. And that information is stored in the variable count. Accordingly, we again create a two-dimensional array dynamically of size count plus 1 cross 3. When we create an array of size count plus 1 cross 3 and the reference is in T, now we will be holding or we will be storing the information pertaining to the structure of the original array in the 0th row of this matrix T, just like the triplet representation matrix holds. So the 0th row will be holding the number of rows of the original matrix, 01th cell will be holding the number of columns, and 02th cell will be holding the number of non-zero elements present in the original matrix. After we have done this, next we have to store information in the subsequent rows of the triplet matrix. So for that, since we have already stored information in the 0th row, next we will start with the 1th row. So for that, we set the variable k to 1. And again, we start exploring the original matrix A. Whenever we encounter a non-zero element, we store the row number in the 0th column of the kth row of T matrix. We store the column number in the 1th column, and we store the non-zero value in the 2th column, kth row of the matrix T. And then we increment the value of k. So this loop continues, and at the end of this loop, the triplet matrix has been generated and stored in the reference T. So again, we call the display function to display the content of the reference T, and the number of rows and number of columns are provided as count plus 1 and 3. Then we move on to the next part. So the triplet generated is stored in the reference T, and that is being passed on to the calling function, and that is getting copied into this trip A. After this, what we do is we call the transpose function. That means we have to now find the transpose of the triplet that we have generated. So we call the function create transpose, and we pass this reference trip A as parameter. Since strip A already has the information pertaining to the number of rows and number of columns and number of non-zero elements of the original matrix, we don't need to pass the row number and column number anymore. So this create transpose matrix, so the create transpose function is being now called, and let's take a look at the body of it. So as you can see, the number of non-zero elements are present in the 0th row, 2th column of trip A, so that information is passed on to count. Now we are creating another matrix called transpose of trip A, and this also has the dimension same as trip A, that is count plus 1 cross 3. These three statements are responsible for creating that. Instead of exchanging the content of the 0th column and the 1th column in place, that is within the matrix trip A, we are using a separate matrix TR of trip A. You could have done the same swapping in the same matrix as well, but here I am using a separate matrix for easy displaying option. So as you can see here, I have got whatever information is there in the 1th column will get stored in the 0th column. Whatever information is in the 0th column will get copied into the 1th column of transpose trip A. That means, as you can see, the information is getting swapped in between the 0th column and the 1th column. However, whatever is in the 2th column will remain in the 2th column. Once we are done with this particular loop, our swapping has been done. Our transpose has been created. Only step that is remaining is the sorting part. So for the sorting part, this is taking care of the sorting part. And here, each of these swap functions are swapping the content of the jth row and the j plus 1th rows 0, 1, and 2th column. So these are indicating the row numbers whose data I have to swap, and this is indicating the column number. So for the first swap function, we are swapping the content of the 0th column of jth row and j plus 1th row. Here we are swapping the content of the 1th column. Here we are swapping the content of the 2th column. So the swap function's body is somewhat like this. So you can see this is the row number j, this is j plus 1, and this is the column number. So accordingly, we are performing the swap operation. This is going to give us the matrix names. So jth row, cth column, and j plus 1th row, cth column. So we are swapping AC with BC. So AC gets held in the temporary variable. Whatever is in there in BC goes to AC. Whatever is there in temp goes to BC. So therefore, we swap it. Okay. And since we are passing the reference, whatever we are swapping over here, that information is getting updated. So finally, when we have performed all the swap operation, we now display the transpose matrix. Again, the name of the new matrix is TR trip A, and the size is count plus 1 cross 3. So the display operation displays the matrix and returns back to the calling function. So thereby we come back to the main function. Now, if we try to execute it, we will find that the size that is being provided or asked as input is 4, say 4 cross 4. So the data is say 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 0. If we do this, this is the original matrix that we have. Coming to the triplet representation, we know this is a 4 cross 4 matrix. So therefore, 4 and 4 for the number of rows and number of columns. And number of non-zero elements is also equal to 4. That is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So therefore, this is also 4. And for these 4 elements, if you check the row number and column number, you will get it. 1 is at location 0, 3, 2 is at 1, 2, 3 is at 2, 3, and 4 is at 3, 1. Now, if we have to find the transpose of the two matrix, we have to simply swap these two and we have to sort it. So if we simply swap these two, what we get is somewhat like this. So it will be 4, 4, 4, 0, 3 will become 3, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2 will become 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 will become 3, 2, 3, and 3, 1, 4 will become 1, 3, 4. That's the matrix that will be generated. And after that, we have to simply sort it. So if we sort it, as you can see, this 1, 3, and 4 should come right at the beginning. That's what we have over here. Then we should be having this 2, 1, 2. So we have 2, 1, 2 next. After this, we have two entries, 3 and 3. See the 0th column? We have 3 here and we have 3 here. We have 3 over here and we have 3 over here. So this means what? That the 0th column's entries are same. So next, the sorting will happen based upon the entries in the 1th column. So this has 2 and this has 0. So accordingly, see the entry corresponding to 0 has come first. So 301 comes first, followed by 323. With that, we come to the end of the implementation procedure. If you have any other queries, please make sure to put it in the comment section below. I will try and address it. Thank you so much.